As I create this video, today is September 22nd, 2025, and on the news this morning, there was an announcement in the United States that the commission that RFK Jr. set up to find out the cause and cure for autism has been successful, and it's Tylenol. Yeah. Scooby and Shaggy lifted up the autism mask, and underneath it was Tylenol? Really? Hi, if we've never met, my name's Heather. I'm a late diagnosed autistic and ADHD human. I also have a chronic illness called hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I do have my cane behind me today because I have subluxed my hip. So in addition to being thoroughly pissed about this misinformation now being spread as factual science in the United States, which will have far-reaching repercussions to many other countries, I wanted to share with you today a very special unboxing video of my Spark Autism Research DNA kit. It's been a year since my diagnosis, and since then I have struggled with the idea of submitting and providing my DNA for research purposes, simply because of the climate of fear, misunderstanding, and general tomfoolery that is occurring in the United States government and our health system right now. What could that mean for me? Submitting my DNA for research, that means I could be identified, correct, as someone with autism. And should this foolishness progress, that means I also could be singled out, put on a list. I could be put in happy fun camps, you know, if worse comes to worse. And maybe one day they'll even progress it far enough to say that anyone with autism shouldn't be able to own a bank account or real estate or something of that nature. And I've considered all of those worst case scenarios when it comes to submitting my information for research. And here's why I've decided to do it anyway. I spent the weekend with my daughters, my adult daughters, and my autistic grandson the other day, and realized that this is no longer about me. This isn't just my fight, my world, my concern, and that I have to think about where this goes from here. What will my children have to face? What will my autistic grandson have to face? Will he be forced to take some sort of cure? And then what will the billion-dollar ABA industry do if the government comes up with some kind of cure for autism rather than that being the gold standard? There's so many things up in the air right now, but one thing I can do as my part is to provide my DNA to someone who is actually interested in doing autism research, someone who is doing studies on autism and aging, on autism and perimenopause, on many things that nobody else is really looking into. There are quite a few disclaimers that you have to sign when you sign up for the Spark study, and it does let you know that your DNA, if you choose to submit it, would be submitted in a way that is unidentifiable for you, but I know that there's always that risk that can be unveiled by another company or another faction that they may share research with, and I'm okay with that. Again, this is no longer about just me and my life. I've lived almost 50 years as an autistic person who didn't know that they were autistic, but I want the future generations who are getting these diagnoses to have accurate science, to have information, and to have input from the people that are affected by the things that are being studied. So, all that being said, I have decided to provide a little tube of spit to the Spark Research Project. It comes with several little pamphlets and collection instructions. And I do know that I am supposed to spit in a tube, so we're not going to do that on camera. There's a social media card, which I do follow them. They have a YouTube channel if you're interested. They present lots of research information on their YouTube channel, and some of it is things that you may not hear about on other research outlets. Here is the instructions for completing the sample. Clicking your little tube, making sure everything's in place, sealing it back up, and sending it in. So I will be doing this today in my own time. I'm not going to spit on camera because, you know, that's kind of gross. And it comes with prepaid shipping label to return. And everything is on the up and up for a mail-in sample, just like it would be for colon cancer screening or anything of that nature. And I'm kind of excited to do it. And once this has been submitted, I'll be invited to take part in research studies that also just include lived experience information. And I'm kind of excited about that too. So as this progresses and as I learn more going through this research process, I will share that with you guys. But to all of my autistic, ADHD, neurodivergent friends and family out there, I just want to say this is a unprecedented time that we live in right now. Autism research has advanced greatly. The diagnostic process has advanced greatly. And I'm happy about that. And I want to continue to help advance that research. I do not want misinformation and falsehoods spread as truth. And this is me doing my very small little part to help make sure that actual factual research is done on actual people who are autistic, and not research for a cure, not research for the cause. I think we all know what the cause is, but research to help autistic people live better lives, to put accommodations in place that would help not just autistic people, but all people live better lives. So that's why I've made the decision that I've made. And if you are interested in joining the study, I will put a link to the Spark Research Project in the description of this video. This has been short and angsty and not my usual video, but I can't sit idly by anymore, and I feel the need to contribute. So this is my spit contribution to autism research and me using my voice in the only way that I know how. So thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this, I do hope that you will hit like and subscribe and join me in the next one. And here's to good research. Here's to learning more and helping autistic people, not vilifying, and trying to find a cure for something that doesn't need to be cured. Thank you. Love you. Bye. See you in the next one.